Welcome back, friends. Welcome back in another video tutorial from microbiology with Chaknik. So today's video will be theoretically the last video regarding chromatography for now, that is the gas chromatographic technique. Then we will discuss about various questions from chromatography technique in our upcoming videos, and later in the middle of April I am going to take a full short revision class of regarding chromatography. So let's discuss today's topic, that is gas chromatography. So gas chromatography is the most advanced chromatographic technique, I should say, that is developed, and here we are using a gas cylinder which is mainly filled with inert gas such as helium. Okay, and this is our mobile phase here. Okay, because remember again that every kind of chromatographic technique is nothing but interaction between mobile phase and our solid phase. So via this gas cylinder, with the help of regulator, this gas will move on and they will pass through here and travel a long distance and finally detected with the help of detector and give us the chromatogram. So here the solid phase or stationary phase is the column. Okay, so and it is also packed with various kind of packing materials so that we can separate the chemical components from the mixture, right? So remember one thing, that here not only biological molecules but also we are here separating chemical components, and not only just separation, we can also determine their presence or absence and how much it is present, right, with the help of the chromatogram that is detected, right? So remember one thing, that two kinds of chromatography, one is HPLC and another one is gas chromatography, where we will have chromatogram, right? So that is the idea. So here the inert carrier gas is the mobile phase and the column is the stationary phase, right? And here as the inert gas we are using helium. So this is a real life gas chromatographic instrument that we are used to separate chemical components, and the chromatographic graph will be something like that. Okay, this graph will tells us which components in the chemical mixture presence and in what amount. Now let's discuss about the definition of gas chromatography. So gas chromatography is an analytical technique that is used here to separate the chemical components from the mixture, and it is used to detect and then to determine their presence or absence and or how much it is present. So not only the chemical components separation, it also gives us details about which component are present and which components are absent and how much these components are present, right? So this here we are separating mainly organic molecules and gases for GC components, and now the important thing is we need to keep in our mind that two properties of the component, that means the components that we are going to separate with the help of gas chromatography, it should have two important characteristics. One is the compound should be volatile with a molecular weight below 1250 Dalton. Okay, and the second important thing is the compound should be thermostable. Why? Because remember, inside the gas chromatography there should be generation of high heat, so we need to use thermostable components for separation, otherwise our component, there will be a chance that our component will be degraded and that will be a wastage. So these two things we have to keep in our mind. So it is used for variety almost all the kind of industries, for quality control of manufactured products such as cars, chemicals, along with pharmaceutical products. It is also used in case of safety such as environmental safety, food aspect and forensics, and it is also used in case of our research purpose such as analysis of meteorites to natural products. All kind of things gas chromatography can be used. The most important advantage of gas chromatography is gas chromatography, that is GC, can be hyphenated with another kind of technique such as mass spectrometry. So Gas chromatography combined with mass spectrometry can easily identify the chemical components that are present in the sample. Okay. Now let's discuss about the strengths of gas chromatography. So gas chromatography, the most important thing is gas chromatography is widely used technique across most industries. It is widely used for routine analysis through to research analysis a few to many hundred or thousand with GC of compound in many different matrices from solid to gases. That means we only have to we only can you only can remember that it is used as a for routine analysis in case of research purposes. Here we can analyze few to hundred of compounds with the help of different matrices such as solid to gases. Now it is the important and it is robust technique, and it can be easily hyphenated to other technique including mass spectrometry. Limitations. Now let's discuss about the limitations. Okay, so GC is limited to analyzing a volatile compound from hydrogen, helium up to a molecular weight of 1250 U. Thermally labile compound and can be degraded in a hot GC, that is gas chromatography. So I have discussed with you. So for solution of that problem, that suppose we need to use gas chromatography for analyzing a compound that is thermolabile, then what we should do? So in that case we will use cold injection, and we have to perform the technique in case of low temperature. Although I will recommend to leave the gas chromatography technique in such cases, because we have HPLC to obtain chromatogram, right? So I will prefer in that case kind of cases HPLC, right? Then more polar analyte can become stuck or lost in the GC. Therefore the system in such cases should be deactivated first and then well maintained, or this analyte should be derivatized. So that are the disadvantage or limitations. So you can only remember two things that will be enough, that GC is limited to volatile compound from hydrogen to helium up to molecular weight of 1050 U. And you can also remember this is very easy, that the thermolabile compound cannot be analyzed with the help of gas chromatography. If we want to analyze thermolabile compound, then we have to use cold injection and low temperature to minimize this. Otherwise our degradation of the compound may occur, and the more polar solute can stuck or lost in the GC. Therefore the system should be deactivated. What we need to do in such cases, first of all we have to deactivate the system, then we will well maintain it, and then or our analytes will be derivatized. So that is all about gas chromatographic technique. Important thing to remember here, that gas chromatography, here the inert carrier gas is the mobile phase, and here helium is present, and here we are separating chemical components from the mixture. Chemical components can be organic compound or gases, and here the column is the stationary phase. Okay, and it also gives us the chromatogram. That is the most important thing. And gas chromatography can be easily hyphened with any kind of other instrument. So the most important instrument that often combined with gas chromatography is the mass spectrophotometer or spectrometer. To what? To determine the chemical components well. That is the important lines that you need to remember either from gas chromatographic technique. And you can also remember the advantage part, that gas chromatography is widely used in various kind of industries. Gas chromatography is routinely used in case of research purposes, and gas chromatography is a robust technique, you can remember. And in limitation part are also important, that we need to analysis of volatile compound from hydrogen and helium up to molecular weight of 1250 U is not easy, and thermolabile compound should be avoided, and more polar polar analyte may lost or stuck in the column, stuck in the GC. So therefore in such kind of circumstance the systems should be deactivated and well maintained. or these analytes will be derivatized. And another important thing, you need to remember that the properties of components that we are willing to analyze with the help of gas chromatography should have a volatile nature, and the important thing, it should be thermostable, and otherwise the compound will be degraded due to the hot GC temperature. So I hope that you have understood well that what I have tried to discuss with you. So that's it for today, guys, and right after that video I will start discussing about various questions that important regarding gas chromatographic technique, and then the final touch will be a full short video regarding chromatography, where we are going to revise all that we have learned from the chromatographic chapter. Okay, so till then, bye bye.